fashion attack. Today we are literally doing my dream couch.
Have you ever been in love?
I don't think so.
Do you want me to describe it to you?
I fell in love with this piece like ages ago, but I kept thinking I cannot do this. You need to bend metal. I don't know how to bend metal, so I kept postponing it, and then I thought I never know how to do stuff, and I figured it out. So today I decided I'm gonna try the couch, and for sure my brain is gonna come out with a solution. Let's start. We all know that I'm an absolute professional, so here are the measurements. I did them on a napkin in the middle of a brunch. I got inspired, I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I had to calculate it, and now we're turning it into life.
If you're new to my channel, guys, it's so good to have you here. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're one of my old subscribers, guys, I hope you know I love you. I tried to make every tutorial was basically no equipment, just scissors, cardboard, and some foam. But the only thing that I bought and is saving my life is this electrical cardboard, for cardboard. You're gonna find it in the link down below. And yes, it makes everything faster, but you can totally use scissors.
What we're gonna do now is draw a lot of vertical lines all over our couch, and these are gonna be the base and the structure of it. But every 35 centimeters, I'm gonna draw a line because this is where I want the back area of my couch to be. So where we put our weight on the back.
Yep, all you have to do is straight lines, all with 6 centimeter distance one from the other. And as you can see, I'm always adding the measurements of the length of the line that I'm drawing. And halfway through at 35 centimeters, I make a mark and add letters everywhere.
What are we doing right now, you're wondering? We are drawing the base of the couch. So I want my couch to be the sitting area, tall 40, but I'm gonna add legs at the end, so I'm gonna draw it 35. And the back, I want it tall 70. With the foam and the legs, it's gonna become like 80. So that's what I calculated. So now we are gonna draw for every line, like this one that is 89. I'm gonna draw an 89 deep couch with 70 on the back and 35 for the front. I'll show you how.
Exactly. First important thing is to draw a letter that refers which drawing is going to be attached to which line. Very important because at the end, otherwise you're going to lose a lot of time. And then you do the measurements that I told you. It's going to appear all of a sudden as a chair. For now, it's just a lot of weird lines. But when you go and curve the edges of it, you're going to see that it's the sitting area. Also on the back and the front, there is a curve. So I'm going to write you down the measurements directly on the cardboard so it's easier for you to follow. And then curve every single section. Ta-da! You see? There's a curve going in on the back and a curve going in on the front. Go ahead and cut everything out with your electric cutter, with your scissors, whatever you want. And then you're going to have to copy this 3 times.
I agree. This looks like a kind of very weird, awkward shape, but honestly, it looks exactly as it should be. We're now going to copy it a bazillion times all over our cardboard.
This step is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I have to tell you a lot. You just place the cardboard on top of another one and trace it out. I'm going to do 3 for each letter so that when I stick them together, it's going to be super solid and can hold any weight. But if all the lines are different, doesn't mean that I have to calculate everything again every time I do a smaller one. The answer is no. You use the same shape of the first one that you did. You just, ta-da! There you see. You push it backwards so that you can follow the same lines in a different side. And you cut everything away. Like always, I'm going to do everything 3 times. And once you have 3 identical copies, you cut everything away so to stick them together later. Now let's calculate our sitting area. And how do we do that? It's simply copying the base that we draw at the beginning and cutting away the 30 centimeters that are of the height of our shoulders, placing stuff.
And let's glue them. So guys, this is the moment that your bedroom starts looking like a war field and you have like pieces of cardboard everywhere. But we're gonna make it look way better in a few seconds because we're sticking all of them together.
There we go, putting a very generous amount of glue all over the cardboard. And yes, normally you should put something heavy on top in order to glue in the right position. But I had so many pieces and I don't have space to put this, so I just put tape on the outside so to make it dry in the position that I wanted. It's not that the tape is going to give any extra strength. I'm going to do this both on the bottom of the couch and on the vertical pieces of it, everything 3 times. And as you can see, always I add the tape to keep it stable.
Everything is nice and dry and we're ready for the day number 2. We are gonna go and stick on top of all these lines the cardboard seating areas that we created.
I did change my glue this time, and I'm gonna use the hot glue gun so to keep it very stable together. Beside the pieces that we already created, you have to attach little pieces of cardboard vertically so to give stability to your sitting area so that they cannot fall towards the inside. You just follow the same drawing and place them on the outside to attach one to the other one.
So you're wondering why I don't cut just a bunch of little lines of 6 centimeters, and the reason is that the cardboard is now super thick. So the 6 centimeters don't work anymore because the cardboard seals so much space. Yeah, I could do some math and recalculate how big this is, but it's a lot easier to just place it on top and cut where I have to go.
You just continue using the same technique from one edge to the other one of the couch till you completely finish your couch. And it was only in that moment that I realized
I did a lot of mistakes. So as you can see here on the bottom, we did the roundness, but it's correct if I would go straight. But because of this curve, the cardboard doesn't finish at the right spot anymore. So we're gonna have to go and cut all this away to make it straight. And because of the same shape, boom, 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 the same mistake happens also here. So as you can see here, it should have been a straight cut like this. Instead, this one comes way too forward, so we're gonna have to shorten even this one.
this step wasn't hard at all because as you can see, I literally placed my marker on the correct line that I wanted and dragged it till it could draw on the opposite side. You see, I'm literally pressing on the border that already exists, so to draw the same thing on the other side. My electric cutter didn't work anymore because the cement was too thick. It was 3 pieces of cardboard put together, so I literally used a precision knife and it made the entire work. Identical step also on the bottom of our couch. We just have to cut where the curve of our bonding between the top and the bottom is, and you use your precision knife and you're done. Important step in this tutorial is to get distracted and do not notice that your puppy jumps on the bed and tries to eat your tripod.
Mango!
Put your camera back in place and you are finally ready to go and glue the top of your couch. This is going to be the sitting area, so it's important to make it a straight base so that it's comfortable under your butt. You're going to have to glue it on one side, the other one, and this is not going to be made double. We don't need it because we're going to add foam on top. We're going to go and cover also the back of your couch. Yes, we have to make this roundy shape and be sure that it follows the same curve of the top of your couch. It's a lot easier to round cardboard if you wrap it inside your hands, and then the curves are so much easier to make.
You see it already, right? So normally I would tell you that it's time to put the foam on top, but this time it's not. Because this couch is like Capitone Chesterfield. I do not know in your language how you say that, but I mean that it has like buttons going from the top to the bottom. In order to do that, we need wood. But we didn't do it with wood, we did it with cardboard. So we're gonna use the hack of the glue and the napkins to make this solid enough to staple on top of it, and it's gonna work. Everybody, yeah, take a napkin, yeah, put it on the cardboard, yeah, it's gonna make us strong.
At this point, I was totally into my singing.
All together!
And I was pretty sure my cardboard song could become a hit. But luckily for you, I removed it from this video. And yeah, if you want the full content of this incredible song, just let me know. I'm gonna post it on Instagram.
And now that we made the cardboard way stronger, it's time to add the foam, and after that, the material. What? You're noticing something different in my look?
We all know that when a girl passes through a life crisis, the first thing that she's gonna do to have a new fresh start is change her hair. And yeah, I was totally into it. I'm stuck in Rome for like 3 months because my dog does not have the documents to go back home. And I thought I was gonna shave my hair. I put the votes on Instagram. Actually, most of you voted yes. And I was almost gonna do it, but then decided I should wait in a happy moment and not in a sad one. So I'm just gonna straighten it for now. Oh, sorry. You're here for a tutorial. Take out more of your hot glue and keep going and sticking the foam all over the cardboard, following exactly the same shape. Yes, also on the curves, it's super hard, so go and squash it from the inside. Once arrived to the back, you're going to have to put it also on the bottom part where we did not put the cardboard. The extra pieces, you just cut them out with a precision knife, and then you have to go and make the sides of your couch.
have legit no idea what I'm doing. And the folds of the foam don't hold at all.
I decided that folding the foam on the corners was making too much volume and also it could not hold that shape. So I just drew it exactly at the sides and then went and stick it in the same identical way that the cardboard was shaped. I don't know why I didn't think about this before and got desperate for no reason at all. You stick it with your hot glue gun.
You do see the shape is coming up. It's crazy. I am so excited. But I know that you people already are wondering, why did she put tape? The tape actually doesn't hold almost anything. It's like not resistant at all on the foam. I just put it because it would hold those 2-3 seconds extra while the glue is holding up. But what I will do is put tape here on the area that goes inside, wrapping it twice around because tape on tape does hold, and I'm gonna be sure that this shape stays and this is not gonna open and it's gonna give it stability. Basically, I'm cheating.
Making 2 rounds around the couch simply guaranteed me that the tape would stay stable. It worked perfectly. Not like 50 useless ones that basically just stick to your finger rather than the couch.
There was literally no space left in the bedroom, so I'm taking advantage that my entire family is out to conquer the living room and continue the tutorial with some space. It's finally time for our staple gun. I remind you that we inserted here the napkins, and this is why in this area and in this area it's way stronger underneath. So here is where we're gonna go and add the 4 holes and 2 on top, where we are gonna then go and put the fabric on top.
Find the center and draw a straight line just to guide yourself while you make the holes, and then you make 2 on the top, 4 on the bottom. Very simply cut them away with your scissors. This is gonna be the trick that is gonna make the fabric go inside the foam and look so real.
What am I a disaster at doing is sewing. I hope you said that before me, because if you don't know it by now, you should watch more videos of mine. We're gonna do all this without sewing.
Pull the fabric all nice and straight, measure where the middle is, and then go and hide in between the 2 pieces of foam where the fabric ends. This works so easily without needing to put glue or sewing or anything like that. Somebody's excited about stapling instead of sewing.
I know this would work!
The entire job now is to push the fabric inside the holes and then make it as straight and less wrinkly as possible, pushing it inside the 2 foams. We did this on the top and identically also on the bottom where there's 4 holes instead of 2. Carry this in a vertical position, and there we go with the bottom part. You push the fabric in between the initial fold that we drew, and then we go staple the bottom of it.
We made before to staple it on. I know this is not what you hope to hear from a DIY tutorial, but this is coming so much better than I expected.
Pull all the amount of extra fabric to the bottom of it so to hide all the cardboard that we saw upside down. It looks horrible, and try to make the less folds possible, trying also on the corners to come and connect the 2 sides of the fabric. You're gonna have to go and glue the bottom layer to the foam and the top one. You see, I'm folding it all itself so to make like an internal sewing, like a more clean edge, let's say. Yeah, you got it. You just have to make it a clean cut and then fold it on itself, and then you're gonna go and cover the 2 pieces so to hide the foam inside. With the extra lap of material of the top fabric, we're gonna have to go and make a lot of folds exactly like in the original, and then with some hot glue gun you can put it in place.
We arrived to the only reason for which I postponed this tutorial for like a year. I had no idea how to do this metallic parts on the bottom of the couch. I even asked you guys, and you all suggested to use pipes. I tried that. It was a little bit too visible, and at the end I figured out this. Normally you use it to make this, but we're gonna use it to make this. Yes.
As you can see, this kind of metal is extremely flexible. This means that it's not going to give any extra stability to your couch. It's just an aesthetical piece that we're adding. That's why it was so important to give the shape to the couch with the cardboard itself and not to hope that the metal would push the fabric inside. I'm going to do this literally using my hands, but you can use, yes, exactly the instrument that I'm using now instead of doing it with my hands. And you have to do the same identical thing also on the back. We want the back to reach also a little bit on the front, so halfway to the side, and then go under the couch.
I did realize that I did lie to me and to you guys, thinking that I could pull out this couch without sewing. It's only 2-3 stitches, but we totally have to do it. I could have lied to you and tell you that the hot glue gun was enough, but then I felt guilty, so I'm gonna show you where to stitch. But let me know if I should have lied.
We are gonna stitch only where we need to attach the metal to the fabric itself. The hot glue gun didn't give me enough securities. I thought it was gonna break after that you throw yourself on the couch, and I want a couch that can be comfortable for you, not just aesthetically to have it there in the corner. So stitch the bottom and the sides.
So guys, this is typically the moment where I tell you that the couch is done, but it's not done. The exact reason is that I finally confirmed my flight. I am going back home, and for no reason in the world, I'm gonna delay that flight just because I do not have the buttons to put inside this holes yet. Yes, you still see the clip, and it's super simple to do. You just go to a fabric store, you bring them the fabric, you tell them to add it on the bottom that you're gonna glue inside the hole. That's the only thing you've gotta do. I trust you, you can do it without me showing it. So let's go and see the result.